Hey, this is Ryan from Web Eminence, and this is going to be a Google Ads video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about responsive search ads and whether or not they work. I'm going to show you real stats in two of my accounts to show the results I got with responsive search ads. So if you don't know what responsive search ads are, it's a new format of text ads. It was released sometime in 2019, I believe. And responsive search ads give you the ability to write many headlines and many descriptions for an ad group. And then Google Ads basically combines these different headlines and descriptions to create different variations of your ad, and then it'll calculate which ones are working better, and it will show the ones that are working best more often so that you get a higher click-through rate. At least that's how it works in theory. So this is kind of an example of Google Ads trying to take more control, and I get why they do it. They want to control what is displayed on their search results pages, but advertisers, on the other hand, like to have the control and they like to have the ad showing a certain way. So a lot of people won't like responsive search ads for this reason, but I think responsive search ads might be good for some people, and particularly it'd be good for people who aren't very good at writing ads. So if you're not good at writing ads, your headlines and descriptions that you write for responsive search ads are still not going to be very good, but at least Google will be able to rearrange your responsive search ads to maybe show a headline 1 that is working better than one that you may have put as headline 1. One thing to note about responsive search ads is you can pin certain headlines or certain descriptions so that they always show in a certain location or position, like headline 1, headline 2, or description 1. So if you were to write a particularly bad headline that really underperformed, rather than always showing as it would in an expanded text ad, it will probably be lowered to the bottom priority in responsive search ads, and it will not show as often. Another thing that could be useful for responsive search ads is getting all the combination stats. So if I were to click on view asset details in one of my responsive search ads, it'll show me all the assets and impressions. In the future, it'll show me performance if I had more impressions, which would be interesting to see. And then I can also click on combinations to see all the different combinations that are being used on this responsive search ad. And it'd be great to see click-through rates here to get an idea of which campaigns or which ads are performing, which variations are performing best. But right now they're only showing impressions, which isn't very useful. That just tells us how often these ad combinations are showing, and not click-through rate, which would tell us how well they are performing. Another reason that you may want to use Google responsive search ads, and one of the reasons I've been testing them, is because my Google agency rep said that they're really important. So I don't always know if they're just saying that because Google wants that control and they want people to use them, but sometimes I think they're telling me to use it because it kind of gives more quality to my campaigns. You probably know Google Ads has quality score, but I think they also have kind of another measure of quality that they don't show advertisers. And I think, and I've heard from agency reps, that responsive search ads are something that Google likes to see. So if it's in your campaign, that campaign might be considered higher quality by Google Ads and may give you some kind of advantage. It's very difficult to measure that, but it's just something that I think exists, and I'm not really able to prove it one way or another. So those are the reasons I kind of like and dislike responsive search ads. But let me show you the actual data from two campaigns where I've been running responsive search ads and regular expanded text ads at the same time. So in this particular account, I can actually go back 200 days, and I have 200 days of data on responsive search ads that have been running. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter it first by ad type and by responsive search ads. So let's look at how the responsive search ads performed in this account. And again, this was over 200 days, 400,000 impressions total in the account, or 64,000 impressions on these filtered ads. And you see they had a 0.84% click-through rate, and that's for the responsive search ads. Now, if I go back and filter by expanded text ads, let's look at just the expanded text ads, which is the regular style ad where you write the headline, all three headlines, and the descriptions. And in this particular campaign for the last 200 days, the click-through rate was 1.59. And again, that's compared to the 0.84% click-through rate that I got on the responsive search ads. So the ads that I wrote actually performed about 47% better in terms of click-through rate compared to the responsive search ads. So in that case, it's like, why would I use responsive search ads if it lowers the click-through rate? I mentioned some reasons before that you might consider using them, but in this case, I should probably just turn them off. Let me show you one more account. So in this particular account, I could go back 100 days, and I've been testing them in one particular campaign. This campaign has an average click-through rate of 5%. So again, let's filter out the responsive search ads first. If we scroll to the bottom, you see the filtered ads have a click-through rate of 4.87, which is slightly lower than the average. And if we look at just the expanded text ads and filter those out, then let's look at the filtered ads click-through rate. So it's 5.07. So 5.07 for the expanded text ads that I wrote versus the responsive search ads, which I also wrote, but I'm giving Google the freedom to kind of rotate and combine them. Very similar in click-through rate there, but again, responsive search ads are lower. They're not giving any real boost in performance. So in my case, maybe it's because my ads are decent. I mean, I've tested a lot of different types of ads and strategies, so I get a pretty good click-through rate to the point where using responsive search ads is not giving me any advantage in terms of click-through rate. So as of right now, I'm not a huge fan of responsive search ads. I don't see any big improvement in my account, and I'm not going to be using them unless I can prove some kind of other reason to use them, or maybe I would use them temporarily just to get some stats on combinations like I said in the beginning of the video. If you're interested in seeing one simple method to increase your click-through rate, you can check out this next video that I'll link here, and we'll see you there.